Hi everyone, welcome back to Trees and Turtles. My name's Imogen. In today's video, I'm sharing why you should take more photos. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing, why should you take more photos? Number one, it's fun, okay? Photography is fun, taking photos is fun, capturing the moment is fun, it's just fun. If there's anything that I want to encourage on this channel, it is that you should have fun in your life, because your life is finite, and that's something I really learned in 2024. Your life is finite, okay? It's fun. Taking photos is fun. Take more photos. It's fun. Number two, documentation. Okay, so documentation is really important because sometimes things will happen and I'll like go out with one of my friends and then life happens and I completely forget about it. And then I revisit it in like a year and I'm like, oh my God, that happened. And I'm actually so happy about that. Okay, so documentation and to know what you were doing at a point in your life is really important. Okay, and that's actually part of the reason I started this channel, is because like documentation is super important, and just to take more photos is a really good way to document your life and just have a little bit to like jog your memory, if that makes sense. Okay, on the topic of memory, it helps you remember things. Obviously, when you've documented things and you have caught them up in terms of like you've captured them on camera, then it helps you remember things. And if you're like me and your brain is like a sieve and you forget things, then it is actually a lot easier to remember. And, you know, remember places that you've been, remember people you've talked to, remember like food you tried, and remember things that you might have forgotten about but that you actually really liked and that you can bring back into your life and which will give you joy. So that's why you should take more photos, is to remember things. Okay, another reason you should take more photos is so you can develop your skills, okay? And what do I mean by developing your skills? I mean literally just developing your photography skills. So I've obviously, like, I'm not the best photographer, and I am not someone who necessarily makes it like a serious thing. Like, I don't enter photography competitions. If you do, then that's amazing. Like, let me know in the comments if you win any, because I would love to celebrate with you. But yeah, to develop new skills, like I understand better than I did about like angles, about like, you know, positioning of things in frames, and you know, how to just generally take better photos. And that makes me more confident in capturing the moment and in having really pretty photos to look back on, and just being happy about developing a new skill, because I love learning and I love developing new skills, and photography is a skill. Even though I'm not very good at it, it's something that nevertheless I can learn, that I can develop about, and, you know, develop, no pun intended. I guess you don't really develop photos anymore, do you? But yeah. Actually, I am old enough just about to remember when you used to like take pictures on a digital camera and then you'd like send them to the like development shop. Believe me or not, like believe it or not, there used to be like a shop near my house which you could go to and you'd like hand them like your camera or whatever, and they take like the, I don't know, they'd take it and they'd like develop your photos and they'd print them. And yeah, I feel old now. Guys, I swear I was only born in 2001, like late 01. But in the mid 2000s, those were still like, they still happened. I remember our photo shop had this enormous like poster of Shrek, and I was like really scared of the Shrek poster, which seems really funny to me now because Shrek is like a massive, I don't know, he just seems like a massive teddy bear type character. But yeah, like 4-year-old me was terrified of the Shrek man and the Shrek poster in the Photoshop. Anyway, to develop your skills, that was a huge tangent, sorry guys. But yeah, developing your skills in photography is really, it's really fun. Like it goes back to my first point, like what I said, it's just fun. Okay, and the final reason you should take more photos is so you learn how to be selective, okay? When I say take more photos, I don't necessarily mean keep all the photos. Sometimes I will, and that's the beauty of modern photography, honestly. You know, if we could go back to the Victorian era and show them a smartphone, and, you know, we can take like 1 million photos, like, and we can just do that at the click of a button. And they had to like sit for hours and sit really still so their one singular photo didn't get fucked up. And we can take like 50 and then discard like 45 of them at very little, you know, at zero cost to ourselves, very easily, with a device that everyone has. It is the golden age of photography. And so you have to be selective, because you take all of these photos and you're probably never going to look at half of them. So what I find is fun to do is I'll take like a bunch of photos, I'll select the best one or the best two, and then I will make like photo collages digitally. Otherwise I never look at my photos, but I make photo collages of like events. I make photo collages of, like, I've got one for each year of university, so I've got a first year collage, a second year collage, a third year collage, and it reminds me of, like, events I went to and things I did and people I spent time with. And so I had to be really selective in putting those together because, you know, I had to have like one photo from each event and it had to be the best photo. So when you take more photos, you gradually learn firstly what to do, and secondly how to be selective. So be selective. Just because you can take a bunch of photos doesn't mean you should keep a bunch of photos. So learn how to identify the things which are good about your photos and you will have a lot of fun. Alright, this has been why you should take more photos. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that. Give this video a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram. I'll see you next time. Okay, bye!